Now, with the Snowfall situation, how do you determine? Because I'm pretty sure there's so many things to write about. How do you pinpoint the stories that you want to tell? And as far as your imagination goes, like pulling Nipsey and his dad into it, because obviously it's two separate entities. So
Right.
how did that come together in your mind, like to bridge those two ideas?
Well, the first part, picking what parts of the story, I wanted to capture everything in the story that impacted and mattered and created Franklin's world and mattered to him, whether it was in a positive way or something that rocked his world and tore him apart. This is him rhyming about his life, right? So for instance, there's not a lot of talk about the Villanuevas and Oso and Lucia and all of them. He didn't really know Lucia. He met Lucia once. You know what I mean? Like, how much can he say about her? So that's why there's not a lot of talk. I only mentioned her once, when I said, but Oso was solid and we learned to be cool, but his bitch is the reason my 3 turned into 2. As a viewer, we know everything about Lucia because we're watching it. If you're Franklin, you don't know much about them. You only been around them once or twice. Whenever you around Oso was just delivery man. That's it. Until season 5, when they had that day together and they ran around and it got crazy with the tiger in the jungle and the hood. You know what I mean? But he know them, but he don't know them. So how much can he speak about them? So anybody else would have talked about, when Lucia shot her cousin and blah 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 blah. But that's not sticking to the script because Franklin don't know all that. He never met her cousin, Pedro. Never met him. He never met the undercover who Pedro brought in and acted like that was his fiance. He never met her. He can't mention her. He can't mention them other CIA guys. He don't know them. He never mentioned them. So I can't talk about them. And if I do, I've failed as a writer. Everything is in the details. Going back to The Wire, even though there's a Snowfall thing, going back to The Wire, all the pieces matter, as The Wire would say. All the pieces matter. So there was so many things I could do as Franklin, and there were certain things I could not do as Franklin. I couldn't talk about Wanda Bell but so much. He know Wanda, they grew up together, but there's a moment where he couldn't care less about her, right? Wanda brought a lot down in his world. Wanda brought Man Boy in the picture, you know what I mean? But that's a Leon story. If I was writing from the perspective of Leon, I could make whole songs about Wanda. I loved you and da-da-da-da-da, and this rock got to you, and I'm the one who brought you in the cookhouse with us. Couldn't do that as Franklin. Franklin don't have those feelings for her. You know what I mean? So there's so many details. That's why I said the album is so wild, because there's so many ways you have to look at it to appreciate it and be like, yo, this shit is different. This is art. This is museum art, because the details are so fine, but they're so important.
Hey, yo, Eeze.